Geordie Dread TV, welcome back. Season's over. Away days, last game. We finished fourth. Wanted to be greedy and finish third. Even if we won, would have still finished fourth. All good. Champions League secured. All of that malarkey. Dubravka took Pope's place. Pope's obviously injured. Matt Target, nice to see him come back in place of Burns. Anthony Gordon got his start, which paid off. Alongside Bruno Guimaraes and Elliot Anderson, nice to see him start again. That was the midfield. Up front, you had St. Maxi, Isaac and Almiron. Good to see Maximum out there again, doing his little techers, his little trickeries. But yeah, start with the game now. We started off, I wouldn't say necessarily started off well. It just looked like almost end to end, but Chelsea just looked all over the place on the wings. They were open. Eventually, Anthony Gordon got his goal, just attacking. His first goal for the club. What a way in the final game. Poor defending. But from that goal, I actually thought it's going to be another Chelsea bad performance. And I thought we're going to win 3-4, happy days, be greedy. But it weren't to be. To be honest, Chelsea played quite good. You could say they could have won, especially in the second half. They looked more confident, looked more about themselves. Their goal that they got before the second half, to be honest, we switched off. It's the last game. They probably, even though they look committed, it's the last game. They probably already booked their holidays. But just that little switch off, Kieran Trippier was unlucky in a sense. It wasn't Sterling's goal. It was our own goal by Trippier. But it is what it is. 1-1, can't complain. We didn't lose. We ain't won quite a bit in the last few games. I think we've won one game in the last 5. But really, who cares? We didn't lose. And what the game about for me was, I didn't think it would happen. But the big deal for me was when the young Lewis Miley made his debut for Newcastle United. The youngest Newcastle United player to make his debut. Barely turned 17. Been watching him, seeing clips of him on the YouTube, etc, etc. He looks very promising, I must say. And he wouldn't be on that bench for no reason. He came on. It could have been a perfect debut. He looked pretty decent. He didn't look overwhelmed or overawed. It's not an easy place to make your debut. He probably was excited anyway. He got his shot off. I think Wilson just about kind of lost the ball. He got tackled in the box. Miley was even calling for it. So you can see the confidence in the lad. Shot, I thought it was over, but he actually hit the crossbar. And apparently he's a good finisher. So there's a lot to come from him, and the future looks bright. I'm not gonna lie, I've seen a few clips, but it was nice to see him actually in the Premier League for the first team. It's nice to see some homegrown players like the likes of Longstaff, Elliot Anderson, etc. So good on him, big shout out to him. Got to look after our youngsters, man. But where do we go from here? I see the owners in the stands. For me, all the hard work starts from now. Obviously the players will go away, get their rest, recoup. They've put a lot this season. I'm mad proud of the boys. Proud of Eddie, the backroom staff, Mad Dog Tinsdale, the lot of them. And of course the fans. Can't go wrong with the fans. Best fans in the world. Don't care what anyone says. But the hard work starts now. It's going to start sinking over the time. I'm going to do a lot of videos to keep up to date with the transfer talks. Who's likely coming in, who's likely coming out. It's going to be hard for Eddie. Like, there's a lot of players that probably need to go. The likes of Hayden and Hendricks, I don't see it being too hard to have a conversation with them to say, because they're kind of already on their way out. But what do they do with the likes of Richie, Paul Dummett, Lascelles, etc, etc? That's going to be a hard conversation. Because they've been part of the squad for years. But if you want to progress, I suppose you just have to do what you got to do. And I know that ain't going to be easy for Eddie. He ain't that kind of ruthless, don't care attitude kind of human being. But we've got to move forward. It's going to be interesting. Chelsea won, Newcastle United won. Champions League next season. Appreciate your likes, comments. Comment on some of your thoughts on the game. Was you bothered about the game? And what do you think we need to do going forward for next season? Appreciate. Geordie Dread. Peace.